You will receive a curriculum handbook, a forecast sheet, and your graduation requirement profile to help you with your forecasting. First, I'd like to point out a few key areas in our curriculum handbook. Please refer to the table of contents at the front of your handbook and the detailed course list located in the back for quick referencing. The detailed course list includes every class offered at OCHS and includes a page number to help you easily locate the descriptions. If you're having trouble picking a class, take a peek at the career pathway charts in the front of many of the academic sections in the curriculum handbook. You will find some great class choices this way that you may not have considered before. If you look on page 10 of the curriculum handbook, you will see several advanced college credit classes listed. This is an awesome opportunity for students to get a head start on earning college credit for a lot less money. This is a huge money saver. Next, let's look at class options. As you're reading through the class descriptions, pay close attention to the class prerequisites. Prerequisite means you need to take a class before you take another. Some classes may require an application. You must turn in the applications with your forecast sheets to your counselor at the end of forecasting to be considered for the class. For all classes that require a completed application, you can pick up a copy from the counseling office. Remember, all applications are due with your completed forecast sheet. All right, let's take a quick glance at your graduation requirement profile. The graduation requirement profile lists classes that are required, classes that you have completed, classes that are in progress, which are classes for winter and spring trimester, and also shows what is left for you to take in high school in the needed column on the right. In general, each trimester course receives a 0.5 credit, unless otherwise noted, and you need 26 credits to graduate from Oregon City High School. On the graduation requirement profile, focus on the needed column. This will help you know what class subject areas you still need to sign up for. Now, let's take a closer look at your forecast sheet. Be sure to print clearly and include an email and a phone number where you can be reached if we have questions regarding your forecasting. Also, include a career goal if you have one, or an area of interest. This will help your counselor guide you with class options. Forgot who your counselor is? If your last name starts with the letters A through CL, then your counselor is Mr. Lucente. If your last name starts with CO through GRE, your counselor is Mr. Coop. If your last name starts with GRI through LE, your counselor is Mrs. McBride. If your last name starts with LI through PAP, then your counselor is Miss Kaufman. If your last name starts with PAR through SPE, then your counselor is Mrs. Corwin. And if your last name starts with SPO through Z, then your counselor is Mrs. Zalewski. Looking at the right side of your forecast sheet, you will see several boxes going down your page. This is where you will indicate the number of trimesters needed for the class and credits for each class. For example, English 10 is a 2-trimester class, So on the right side of your sheet for English, you will put a 2 in the trimester box and a 1.0 in the credits box. The total number of trimester spots needs to add up to 15 and 7.5 in the number of credits box. During the next couple of weeks while you are working on your forecast sheets, talk with your teachers, counselor, and your family about your class choices. Ultimately, look for classes that will benefit your future career plans, your interests, or skills you need to obtain your future goals. Please consult with your core subject teachers, which are English, math, science, and social studies. After your conversation with your teachers, write in your class choice in the appropriate lines on the forecast sheet, and have your teachers sign off next to their subject area, confirming that you have consulted with them about your class choices. Some of you may need to talk to a teacher from last trimester for subject areas that you are not currently enrolled in. On February 5th, during mentor teams, you will have the opportunity to talk with teachers about your forecasting. Below the English, math, science, and social sciences sections, you will see PE and health. Please mark your choices and continue to the next section. The elective selections area is next on your forecast sheet. This is where you will put the rest of your class choices. This could be electives, language, or any other classes that do not fit in the above sections. When completing your forecast sheet, remember, write the number of trimesters the course is and the number of the credits the class is. For current sophomores and juniors, if you are interested in being a teacher or office assistant, you must meet the eligibility requirements before choosing these and complete the application. Also remember that the industrial technology classes over at Clackamas Community College all count as 2 trimester spots or 1.0 credit. On the bottom of the page, it is very important to list 6 alternates. This is required. If your choices in the elective selections area are unavailable, you will be placed in one of your alternates. If you do not provide sufficient alternate electives, you will be scheduled into an open class that you did not choose. On the very bottom of the page, there is a space that you can sign up for early bird or late bird classes. These classes are in addition to your 15 class spots and the 7.5 credits. All right, listen up. A few important things to remember. Juniors, if you are planning on having early release or late start as a senior, you can only apply for 1 per trimester. That means either first period off or 5th period off. If you do plan on having an early release or late arrival, you must complete the early release and late arrival form and attach with your forecast sheet. Be sure to keep these to a minimum if you are pursuing college after high school. For those of you thinking about forecasting for AP classes are a year-long commitment. When forecasting for these, be sure you have consulted with teachers, your counselor, and your family about the time commitment, what your course load may look like, and your time commitments with extracurricular activities outside of school. And be sure you are ready for the challenge. Also, if you sign up for an AP class, plan on doing the summer homework. You will be contacted in the summer if there is a class conflict. Remember, next week on February 5th in mentor teams, you can have access to consult with teachers about forecasting, especially for the subjects that you are not currently taking this trimester. Be sure to choose your classes thoughtfully and carefully because there will be no schedule changes in the fall. Forecasting due dates begin in about 2 weeks. Current juniors, your forecasting must be completed by Tuesday, February 11th. Current sophomores, your forecasting must be completed by Thursday, February 13th. Current freshmen, listen up. Your forecasting must be completed by Friday, February 14th. To complete your forecasting, your forecast sheet must be completed and your class choices need to be entered into your Student View account. Your class choices will not be submitted until you add your classes into Student View. And here's how. I'm now going to show you how to log into Student View and enter your courses online. So please first go to OCHSpioneers.org and click on Students in the top black bar. And then scroll down to Web Links and you're clicking on Student View. Click on I am student and then you'll enter your username and password. Your username is your first name, middle initial, last name. And your password is your student ID. Alright, once you're logged in, you're going to click on the Course Request button on the left-hand side of the page. Next, you will click on the blue button that says Click here to change course requests. Now using your forecast sheet, you will start at the top and go all the way down to the bottom and you're going to be entering all of your class choices from your forecast sheet. So starting at the top is your English and your language arts section. So as an example, I'm going to add Honors English 10. So there's a couple different ways you can look for classes. One is you can just scroll through everything and notice that there's 13 or so pages just right here. That is super time consuming. What I would recommend is using the department section right here. So I'm going to click on the drop down arrow, look for language arts, and it will give me choices. So for my example, I would like to sign up for Honors English 10. So I find it right here at the bottom. I know that Honors English 10 is a 2-trimester class according to the curriculum handbook, so I want to make sure I'm adding in all the trimester spots. So I'm going to go to the left and click on Add Request for Honors English 10A, and then I'm going to go down to Honors English 10B and click Add Request. And see up here, under Selected Course Requests, you'll see that my list is starting to grow. Next, I will work on math, so I will go to the math section, and I am going to sign up for Integrated 2, and I know that Integrated 2 is 2 trimesters, so I want to make sure I add in all the parts. So Add Request for Integrated 2A, Add Request for Integrated 2B. Next, I am going to go to my science section, and I know that I need chemistry. And right here I notice there's only chemistry A, but if you look down on the bottom right hand corner, sometimes you'll notice there's additional pages. So for me, I'm going to need to go to a second page to add chemistry B. So first I add chemistry A with Add Request button. Then I'm going to go to page 2 of the science list, and I found chemistry B. I'm going to click on Add Request. So you will want to keep adding your class choices until this list includes all of your classes that you would like to forecast for high school. On the bottom of the forecast sheet, you will notice there is an alternate section. So alternates are if any of the elective selections that you chose are unavailable, if they're full, or they just conflict with the other classes you're forecasting for, then we're going to start looking at your alternates. So you want to make sure that you have 6 alternates. So to enter your alternates, you're going to search under department or scroll through the pages just like you did for your main selections. So let's say I want to add in Intro to Robotics. So to add an alternate, you just click the Add Alternate button. And you just keep adding alternates for whatever classes you want to take until your alternate course requests area has 6. So right now you have 2, so I have a ways to go. And then the selected course request, remember you need to have 15 here or 7.5 credits. One thing to keep in mind is if you're going to sign up for industrial technology classes at the college, those are all 2 trimester spots. So if you're signing up for those classes, you're actually going to just keep an eye on the credits column, and you're going to want it to add up to 7.5 because the number of classes here will not be 15 if you have CCC classes on your list. So remember, you want 15 classes here unless you are signing up for a CCC industrial technology class, and you want 7.5 credits here. Once you have all of that complete, you're going to click on the white button that says click here to return to course request summary and have a little gander of all the classes that you signed up for. Make sure everything's there. Once you are finished and you know that you have all of your classes entered, you will be clicking on the Lock Course Request button and you're done. On your turn-in day, you will be called down to the library to meet with your counselor to finalize your forecasting and to be sure everything is entered into your student view account correctly. You will have roughly 2 weeks to complete your forecasting. You must return your finished forecast sheet complete with all your signatures to your counselor when you are called into the library on your turn-in date. If you need assistance entering your classes into Student View, please visit the College and Career Center in room A125 from February 3rd through February 10th during both lunches. If you have any questions or need assistance completing your forecast sheet, all counselors will be in the front lobby of the school during both lunches, February 4th through 6th. Remember, juniors, your forecasting is due Tuesday, February 11th. Sophomores, your forecasting is due Thursday, February 13th. Freshmen, your forecasting is due Friday, February 14th.